Exactly. I'll
Okay.
let somebody else take care of that if it's ever needed again. So,
Yeah.
but I do photography. I took these pictures behind my head.
Oh, well, see now that's a little bit different. I've been considering getting a nice camera because I find myself taking pics all over the place, but I'm iPhone dependent.
Yeah.
And a buddy of mine's a professional photographer, and he's like, iPhone is not a camera. He's like, I don't
But
care.
everybody's a photographer with their iPhone.
That's his point. He's like, listen, if you want legit, and it was funny, in November, I was in South Africa. So I borrowed my buddy's nice camera, and it's true. I mean, I've never taken sunset photos like that over the safari. Like, I was like, okay, these pictures are pretty badass. So
yeah.
I might have to get a legit camera.
It's worth it for the big stuff and important stuff. So
yeah. See, I don't create photos yet. I mean, I do. See, I take stuff like my branding and I get people to do shit like that for me.
Cool.
Or I get, I'm a sticker nut. So
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Love it.
I like to show off all my, my buddy's CrossFit gym and my Colorado life and my Spartan life, So I tell people, like, use stickers to be like your lifestyle brand. So
yeah,
that's how I do it anyway.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Love it. I love it. So,
are you also standing like I am?
I am. I have a stand-up desk.
It's funny because I literally got home from this CrossFit gym and just finished recording a podcast show, and I'm actually still in my work.
Yes. I love it. I'll be going here in like 4 hours to the gym.
Nice.
So after work. But yeah. So tell me a little bit about yourself and your experience with CrossFit and Isagenix and stuff. I haven't quite yet, gotten up to speed, but I see that you're pretty popular because you can charge people to talk to them. That's awesome.
Well, not for I've never billed anybody for Isagenix chats.
Okay.
But if I have to keep dedicating time, it's probably it's only been like once a month somebody will ask to come chat with me. And I'm like, dude, I've been using Isagenix since 2010, which is when I found CrossFit. And I found both of them because of my short adventure career in firefighting. So it all bloomed together in 2010.
That's awesome.
It's a very short explanation, but I'll give you the fast forward.
Okay.
Farm kid, always been healthy, athletics, spinning instructor, while in the corporate life, went back to school, finished a degree in marketing and psychology, turned into a USSA ski race coach in my free time for the winters, then said, forget it all. Decided to go up to New York, found a firefighting academy that I could get certified with the federal government in wildland firefighting for Western US. Okay. And then left it all for 2 years and went and did that.
Fun.
Which is where, and I got onto one of the elite hotshot crews, which are, I don't know if you know what hotshots are or wildland firefighting is. So where are you based out of?
Missouri. I'm in the Midwest. So I'm in Columbia.
So, So I don't know if you saw in the news this year, like all the wildfires in California.
Yeah.
I used to fight that shit. So, but
did you ever go to Australia? I've heard of them who do that.
No. The year before I started, they did send my crew to Australia. So I was so pissed because as a hotshot, there's two elite crews. There's either hotshots or smoke jumpers. Mm-hmm. And they're like the special forces of wildland firefighting. So I was able, with no firefighting background, to get on one of those crews because I'm really good at interviewing. But also, like, I was older. They called me the old guy because I was 31, 32. And, it's very similar to military, right? They have people coming in when they're fresh and they're young and they're athletic. So I had to really win over the superintendent to land this gig. And it changed my life because I was anti-military for years. I didn't want anything to do with it. And then our training was 2-a-days. And our squad boss was I forget what tribe he was from, but he's like, I love this CrossFit thing. So FYI, all of our training is CrossFit themed. I look up the WODs every day and that's what we're doing. And I'm like, what the hell is CrossFit? So, and I had literally, in 2008, I'd run my first marathon from 2006 to 2011. I was doing the big MS 150 rides every year. I'm a cyclist, so I do the 150 miles for multiple sclerosis. Like I'm athletic. So I'm an endurance sports guy, which is why I did well in that gig. But then I found Isagenix because I finished my rookie year, and I went and flew to Ireland to go backpacking in like October because we worked. They beat the shit out of us from it was April. Yeah, April to like the end of September. So you go 6 months. You do basically a year's worth of work in the summer.
Wow.
So it's 16 hours a day shifts for 2 weeks straight before you get a day off. And then you get a couple days off. And then this is your life for 6 months because it's fire season. Like once fires start heating up, it's on like Donkey Kong and you're not slowing down until fall.
Yeah.
So I was back then, I'm like Mr. Vitamin Shop or GNC. Like I didn't know any better.
Right.
And then at the end of the fire season, like it was like I went to Ireland. I backpacked Ireland because I didn't hike enough, from firefighting. We were hiking up all over mountains. Like our life was in the mountains. I mean, we hiked everywhere. So that's what Hot Shots did. But for some reason, I decided to go backpack Ireland. I don't know. So anyway, I get back and I was actually here's your Isagenix story. I'd already scheduled myself to go up and renew my CEU credits for my spinning instruction because I wasn't sure if I was going to keep doing that or not in the off season for firefighting. So I went to Boston, Massachusetts. There was a huge sports event going on where I can rack up credits and stuff. And from the Ireland thing, I was like, man, I'm like, where the hell's my energy at? And my workouts hadn't like really restored. And this is before, like nowadays, I'm a biohacker and I'm into like mitochondria of the cells. I bring on biologists and professional PhDs onto my podcast show. Like I'm at a whole different level these days. But I didn't even know what the hell adrenal fatigue was. Right. Yeah. And to be fair, adrenal fatigue is actually very common in the CrossFit space and people don't know it. Because we're hardcore CrossFitters or we're going to go. Meanwhile, I literally just finished a 24-hour fast and detox yesterday. So, and I did a double last week. So it's funny because I was just working out with the owner of this gym and he's like, hey, you want to go join me for a WOD right now? And I'm like, yeah, because I got to go back and record a podcast show. He's like, okay. And he's like, you're awfully chipper today. I'm like, yeah, I just got off a fast. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, well, I had some eggs and bacon this morning and I took an e-shot and I'm here. And I was like, but I haven't eaten since 7 p.m., not yesterday, but the day before. And he's like, how the hell do you do this? And I was like, because I've been doing it since I found Isagenix in 2010.
Yeah.
But my upline, you want to call them that, I found her because her and her husband were teaching a class at that fitness event on toxicology of the body. And I had no idea about toxin buildup and everything else. And if you think about it, I just killed myself for 6 months breathing smoke, hiking in the mountains 16 hours a day. The accumulated exhaustion that was built up in my body, it was all new for me. So when I went through my first detox, I was like, holy shit, this is a different level. And it took me a while. Like I was Mr. Push it away. I want nothing to do with the business. I don't want to do any of this crap.
That was me.
When I came back from my second year of fire, I was on auto ship. I was having shakes, man, shipped to the remote regions of Arizona where I was, based out of, because it was easy. I literally back then, like it was 2010. I mean, when did you find Isagenix?
7 months ago.
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
So back then, like the detox program was actually you couldn't even get shake packets. Like everything was in canisters. So I was having tubs like shipped to my barracks because we were one of the rare hotshot crews that was still remote and in the wilderness. Yeah. So like our base was at 5,000 feet. So everything we did was high altitude training. It was awesome. But like my buddies were like, I just go to Vitamin Shop. I'm like, so did I, but I'm trying this shit out now, my second year. So anyway, but I just had shakes delivered because I just wanted quick, convenient nutrition that I could travel with. So in my travel bag that I took in our crew carrier, I'd always just take a tub with me for the next couple of weeks because sometimes we might be gone for a month. Wow. And so I was trying to hack that lifestyle. Yeah. Because I had already quit fast food way before that. But the problem with that lifestyle was they're driving a 20-man crew from Arizona to like Montana. And your life is, we got to get there. So it's gas stations, hotels, and if you stop at the gas station, whatever's next door to the gas station. If you're lucky, you can get a Subway. So Sometimes I would not eat Mickey D's or Burger King. If we went there, I'm getting like double chicken salads and stuff like that. But I was not getting the nutrient density. So there's like the long, short, way back 2010, how I found it.
That's awesome. So do you actually go to a CrossFit gym, or you just work out at some with friends every now and then?
I'm a CFL1 coach.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
I helped I was literally, so when I moved back here, because I was after Arizona, then I moved to Colorado. I was there in Colorado 2012. Hurricane Sandy hit the East Coast like a mother. And my fire buddies got laid off in 2012, like we always did. And they contacted me in Colorado and said, hey, you're the East Coast boy, because I was born in Jersey. So he's like, hey, we want to go and help the East Coast. Do you want to come with us? So I came back here. And then I got connected with some friends, and a friend of mine asked me to help him start up her sales company. So I ended up going back to Colorado, then moving back here. And then that's when I started finally going to a CrossFit gym. I was doing all my own training, and friends of mine were about to open one here, and I was their very first member. And probably about a year and a half, 2 years go by. And like every other sport, eventually I had to learn everything about it. So I paid the grand, went and became my CFL1. And then I was coaching for probably the past year and a half, almost 2 years. But let's be real, there's no money in CrossFit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I realized like I can at least connect with coaches and I can connect with owners now. And I have this certifications to prove that I take my shit seriously. But a few months ago, I'm like, guys, I moved in with my fiance. I'm in a different city/town. I was like, I just need a break. I've been coaching for years, whether it be skiing and spinning and CrossFit. And I was like, I'm a business professional. This is what I'm doing. So 3 months ago, I took a break from coaching. So now I just go and work out. So, and the best part is I'm not a member anywhere. I know every owner and half the coaches within all the boxes within 30 minutes of my house.
So you can just go and drop in anytime.
I'm a social whore. I tell people all the time, I am a CrossFit social whore. I'm like, you know what? I feel like going over to Phillipsburg, New Jersey today. I'm going to go say hi to Chuck. And they love that because I'll drop in on their charity events, charity workouts, stuff like that. That's one of my hacks, if you haven't picked up on it, is you're playing the long game, right? You're building a relationship. So
yeah, for sure.
And like I said, the owner of this one, my fiance pays to go there. And she's like, you don't even pay for membership. I'm like, because I just drop in a couple days a week and I work out with Rob. I brought him over Isagenix coffee today. I'm like, hey, here's some coffee. I was like, there you go. I gave him some e-shots last week. I just, whatever. He doesn't officially support Isagenix. Yeah. But I'm like, I just trickle it in. I don't push the business on him.
Yeah. So I'll tell you a little bit about what got us on the phone. I've been going to my CrossFit gym for 4 years now. Almost 4.
Good.
May, 4
You're
years.
A long-term member.
Hardcore. I'm into that cult.
I tell people all the time, if you want to call it a cult and the end result is I'm coming out healthier and fitter and with awesome friends, whatever, I'm okay with it.
Yeah. I'm just like, I don't mind being a part of the cult because look at me. Like I can back squat 260 pounds. What?
Girl power. What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Trust me. Every time my girl hits a new PR, she's like, yeah. So we have a 3,000 square foot garage behind my house.
Oh, wow.
Her family's construction company was founded in it like in the early 1900s. So I've been gutting it and I started building a little CrossFit space in there. So
that would be so cool.
I already have 4 horse stall mats down plus a rollout mat, squat rack. I just installed a propane heater last week because it was like 5 degrees. I've got a box for box jump, wall ball. I've already installed a Rogue pull-up bar. We've already got all the bumper plates. And I just picked up 2, actually it's competition class kettlebells. I'm actually going to be training with Team Isagenix, Team USA kettlebell world champion athlete, Valerie Pawlowski. She's based in Jersey. So I just bought kettlebells from her and I was hanging out. We were all over Facebook Live last week. So I'm not on her team or anything, but I'm going to train with her. And then in June, I'm going to compete in one of her like internationally sanctioned kettlebell competitions that they do at like the world class level. So I don't know. I got bored. I want to learn a new sport. So
sounds fun.
But anyway, you're saying.
So anyways, so my gym owner, like he he's been doing it obviously for, well, see, they're 5 years old this year. But he was approached by somebody from Isagenix probably back in the beginning, maybe 3 years ago. And the guy was like, you can sell it. You can make all this money. And was pushing, which totally horrible. Like,
wrong way to start off.
Yeah, I know. It was terrible. So he's like, he gave me all the products and I tried them and I liked them, but I did not like that he tried to make me sell it. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, that's so bad. I'm sorry.
How old was he?
Well, he's young. He's my age, so he's 33 now. I think he just turned 33.
Okay.
So he was.
I was there. Like I kind of like eased into it, and then I started talking a little bit like that, and it never felt right.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, and I know my upline probably wishes my business was bigger, and I really don't give a shit. I'm like, you know what? In the end, this is a part of my life.
Right.
I'm technically a business builder, but I'm not one of the Isagenix millionaires. I make it work for what I do.
Exactly.
My fiance hates Shakeology. She loves my shakes. She doesn't promote the business. I have an account in her name, and I order her stuff separately, and then I order my stuff separately. But in the end, it's like, whatever, dude. Let's make it work.
Yeah, exactly. So, I guess ultimately, what he wants to do is incorporate Isagenix and use me as the nutritional side coach type thing, or running them.
Wait, who's he?
So, because like what he does now is Whole30, and I'm telling you, nobody has success on that.
No.
For 30 days, maybe.
I'm trying to work with Rob on that. I'm like, Rob. Yeah. So here, like he tried out somebody else's platform for a competition last year and used their software and everything, and he didn't like it. And I was like, so here's a great example, and this might connect for you.
Yeah.
I was like, he's got now the biggest CrossFit gym in our area. Mm-hmm. He has the highest amount of members, and he charges more than all of them. I'm like, Rob, from a marketing standpoint, me as your unofficial consultant, because he and I talk business during the workout. So that's how I built my relationship better with him. I'm like, bro, you're positioning yourself as a leader in the CrossFit space within a 30-minute drive in all directions. Mm-hmm. Own it. Yeah. And I was like, you didn't like the competition last year. Build your own. Take the best components of everybody else and build it into your own. Yeah. Same thing here with Isagenix, right? Like, listen, you don't have to do everything by the book. Take the components that you want and build it in. Whole30, right? Whole30 is nice. If someone's never followed a program before, fine. Mm-hmm. But you got to pay to use it. So I'd rather take that money I'm paying. Like, I'm a huge advocate for IsaBody. I literally just I just closed out another challenge last week, submitted the photos, and I immediately, as soon as I submit the photos, I take the same photos and I immediately restart my new challenge. Yep. I've been doing the challenge for 4 years. Yep. I've never won a damn thing, and I don't care.
Right.
It gives me an excuse to say, oh, you know what? I'm looking a little puffy. I might need a detox, all right? It's like, whatever, man. Make the tools work.
Yeah.
So I'm with you.
Yeah. Well, and I think like his hesitation is just because he's had so many people pitch him whatever thing for gym owners to sell, and he doesn't want to just sell something else. And I had a conversation with my coach and him right before Christmas, and we tried to explain it, but I think my coach is not a CrossFit guy, so he doesn't really understand. So he did a lot of the talking, and I think
you have a unique position because you understand the CrossFit space because you've been a member for 4 years. You are aligned and connected with a nutrition company that isn't for everybody, but I have access to a high-end, top quality product line.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to pitch to everybody. If you want to sell this, that, and the other product, go ahead. But let's, as a business, this is how I target it. Yeah. This is, I'm kind of picking up where you're trying to find ways to go about it, right? Am I right? You're looking for a different angle?
Yeah.
Okay. Does he respect you?
Absolutely.
Okay. Because you've never pushed it down his throat.
Nope. Not once.
Now, are you a coach at his gym?
No, but I'm an ambassador. We have ambassadors who kind of help with events and.
Dude, I was literally just telling Rob at the workout today, I'm like, he was asking me about whether or not he should join the Chamber of Commerce, right? And I'm like, bro, that's old school networking. You're already an established business. I was like, if anything, you pick out a young millennial who loves your brand, loves your gym, who's already here. Maybe they're considering to become a coach in the next 1 to 2 years. Create an ambassador program. And then if they still love it that much, they could be the face of your business and they can go to the networking events. And then you show up like once or twice a year as the owner, but then they're the face of your business. You give them a discount on their membership. Let them be the ambassador.
People actually talk to us. They're not necessarily going to tell our gym owner things. So
I'm impressed.
We'll kind of collect information for him so he can.
Do you know how forward thinking that is for a CrossFit gym? Like you guys actually are pretty freaking smart.
Yeah.
How long has he had ambassadors?
2 years I've been ambassador.
Did he create this idea?
He did, and he took it he used to work at the University of Missouri, and they have an ambassador program there. So it's
smart.
a similar. So.
I love it.
Yeah. So maybe
awesome.
You should talk to him or connect him with your gym owner.
Well, because in the end, this is bigger than just Isagenix.
Right.
The biggest, right. I've been watching, listen, I'm not just an Isagenix guy. I'm literally a branding and marketing professional. That's my agency. That's my business. Yeah. So I've literally, I actually thank Isagenix for pulling me out of my employee mindset and reestablishing the potential power of an entrepreneur. The only difference is I did not choose the sole commitment to Isagenix. I tried here and there, and it just never felt right. And I said, wait a minute, why don't I just use this as one of my income streams and a resource for everything that I'm doing, right? So that's how I try and explain it now to CrossFit gym owners. I said, guys, like, listen, I'm not asking you to become the Isagenix facility. But in the end, if you want to get paid daily, weekly, monthly, if I can give you the script that Isagenix trains us on, right? Do you want to go daily? Do you want to get paid weekly? Do you want to get paid monthly? I can create that. We can literally do that. We can have competitions and a full supported IsaBody challenge. And you can then, as the owner, you don't have to do a damn thing. You build your own team. In reality, Lydia is actually going to build your freaking team for you, right?
Yep.
You should not be building a team. Your coaches should be building the team, or in this case, the ambassadors.
Yeah.
Why not? So he's open to that?
He's open to it. He's just still hesitant, I think, because he's not really understanding it completely, I think.
Here's my question then.
Yeah.
Has anyone prior to you, because you said people have always pushed the business on him. Yeah. Has anyone prior to you ever just sat down with him and say, listen, what do you want? And then shut up and let him answer?
No, because the conversation we had was just him saying, I want you to tell me what you have to offer. And, we can tell him all we want, but it doesn't align probably with what he wants. So next week I'm going to sit down. You
need to answer the question with a question, even though people don't like that.
Yep.
This is what I'm getting at you right now. Like you're in that frustrated place. It's like, what's his name?
Mike.
So like say, Mike, I can word vomit all over you. Okay. And I use this term because I coach salespeople online. I'm like, dude, stop word vomiting. Anybody can word vomit. Anybody can data dump. Yeah. I got a science team access. I've got nutritionists on staff at Isagenix that we could tap into. That one doctor, we can get his members. We have free access to a freaking doctor. Yeah, like you could do nutrition coaching. Awesome. But in the end, I have limitless tools and resources. That's what I tell people. But I don't need to vomit all over you yet because I don't know what you need. I think I know what you need, but I want to hear from you what you need. Because then I can tailor this to meet what you want.
Yep.
And then if the owner comes back and says, well, I never really thought about it. I really don't know where I could go with it. Then we can then get more two-way conversational and say, okay, well, there's a couple different prongs we can go with. We can consider the ambassador program, right? We're doing it for you. We could do a coach angle where the coaches and the ambassadors are your team building this. In the end, he's at the top, so to speak, right? It's his business. Because in the end, I don't like it when the owner's not involved. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So like the gym I used to coach at, there's 3 owners. One of the owners is on my team. Okay. So anything that happens in that facility, I want her to benefit. Yeah, she's on my team, but I told her, I'm like, it's all about you. But I was like, you don't push it because you suck at it. So I was like, you need to get eventually one of your coaches or an ambassador, to learn this. But now they got like, you ever hear of Spark Energy?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The other owner is all about Spark.
Oh.
So I've got an Isagenix person in there. I got a Spark person in there. They have no freaking clue what they're doing. They have a huge space that they could build a nutrition bar or a supplement bar if they wanted to. And that's the other thing. Again, going back to your coaching, right? You say, listen, we can go retail style. I personally don't recommend it because now you're buying product and having to keep it on hand.
Right.
Right. Now, like literally in front of our facility, the where I was coaching, the rent is split by another guy who's a doctor, and he has an entire barbell weightlifting club, and he's a very successful Olympic lifting coach. He's bringing in a company, Earth Fed Muscle. It comes out of like Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I'm like, you mean to tell me that it's all natural and blah blah blah? I'm like, dude, this company didn't exist until 2 years ago. I got a company that's got 15 years of experience, a science team, a board of doctors, and they're all over the fucking world. And you're telling me that this is a better product.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I can't do it. So
yeah, hit me up in 15 years whenever they're successful.
And again, I'll admit it. I've trimmed back a lot of my Isagenix consumption because I've been experimenting this past year because I'm a biohacker, right? Like I'm playing with ketogenic training and ketogenic lifestyle and trying to tap into my ketone bodies and all this other stuff. So in order to do that, I have to cut back on a lot of sugar intake. Yeah. So I'm not doing a ton of shakes like I used to, right? Yeah. I'm doing a lot more whole food stuff like avocados and things like that for the fat because I'm literally fat adapted. I don't like the only sugar that I'm consuming is from Isagenix that are in the shakes or like Knox or something like that. But other than that, my sugar's coming from vegetables. That's it. So
great.
I literally do shots of olive oil every morning. That's the healthiest fat out there, man. Avocado oil, olive oil. Like I'm a geek. So I'm just giving you other ways to go about it. So yeah, can an owner hit a retail option? Sure. Just keep in mind, you got to take on that overhead and then you got to cycle it. But to be fair, you might have customers that they just want to grab and go. And you do get brand recognition. In the beginning, I started keeping all my packaging. And then I set up a table in the facility for them. And then I put all my empty containers out there for brand presence. So technically, I don't really agree with it because I bought the tablecloth. I bought the pop-ups. So I wasn't really teaching a good best practice there, right? Because that's me taking on the overhead of the marketing. But in the end, if he's making you run point and he's going to be under your team, then maybe that's okay. So I didn't mind it because because eventually when that barbell club moved in, now my table's not there anymore. So I took all that stuff back. I have everything here in my storage. I paid, hundreds of dollars for that stuff. I'm not letting you keep it. If you want it, you can buy it off of me. So, and it's funny because now the third owner, he's realizing he needs some new performance stuff. And now he's considering trying out Knox and E-Shot. So I gave him some for Christmas. But again, I ease it. I'm very patient.
Yeah.
So is this helping you?
Yeah, it is.
I don't want to fall into what I was just joking around about as far as word vomit. So I'm like, I want to make sure this is a two-way conversation.
Yeah. Well, my other question was if you'd seen it used as like a nutritional program, because I think I'm gonna have to talk to him, but I think what he's wanting to do is do a 30-day, 60-day, or ultimately I could say let's do a 16-week program. But he wants to do shorter challenges and where people can win stuff at the end or whatever.
Here's the thing: you've already got a proven system, right?
Right.
Do you have the lookbook?
The lookbook?
Yeah. From Isagenix, the lookbook. It has all the before and afters in it.
Oh, yes. I have that at home.
Yeah, I have the last 3 editions of it, right? Because they do release a new version with updated IsaBody challenge people in it. Yeah. Literally, that's I'm not kidding you. They train that at the Isagenix events. I've been to multiple universities. I go to the big Vegas event. Yeah. It is a great piece of marketing because I'm like, oh, you need evidence? Here.
Right.
I'm not like, here, pick an age group.
Well,
so
the advantage I have here as well is I have already gotten 3 people at our gym on top of me. So there's 4 of us there who are using it happily.
Okay.
For probably the last.
Do you have before and afters with them?
They have not done
transformations yet.
Not yet. They haven't finished 16 weeks.
Okay. Are they all on IsaBody Challenge?
One of them is selling.
Okay. But are they all on IsaBody Challenge?
Yes.
And here's real quick, by the way. I got some great coaching at one of the, because I forget the hell I am. I'm some kind I think I'm a crystal director or some crap like that. Okay. I never bothered pushing for the executive because I just don't care. I just, if I end up there, I end up there. Like, I don't want to, I have too many other goals. I have no problem proving to people that I can crush goals. I'm not worried about it. But I was at like a director training event when I was out in Vegas, and they were talking about how like really get people away from the word selling. And I agree, right? Because I have a huge client that I work with who's in the HVAC industry. And I travel all over the Northeast here, up to upstate New York and New Jersey. And I do business-to-business meetings with CEOs. And I'm like, guys, like, I'm not here to sell you. All right. I'm a solutions provider, right? You can word it however you want it, right? But get away from the selling word, because that's what's a lot of Isagenix people are screwing up, right? I mean, thank God we don't do what the Shakeology people do. Because they call them all, what do they call them? Coaches?
Yeah.
Everybody's a freaking coach. You could be a 400-pound coach. I'm like, you're
my boss is over here and he goes, tell me about it.
Right? Like, let's preach the truth here. I don't care if we're talking about Isagenix or something else, dude. Listen, I'm glad that you want to inspire and motivate others to transform their lives. Yeah. But you need to be a product of the product.
Yeah.
Okay? You can't be a 400-pound coach. I mean, unless that's all muscle, and right. you're an Olympic powerlifter. And even that, I don't agree with the Olympic powerlifters. They're all fat. Like, you could be strong and be fit, and you cannot beat the power of how good lean muscle mass looks.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about the IsaBody Challenge and what I've seen. I've seen peak athletes. Like, if we got freaking Olympians using this stuff, it's got to be okay. Because they're all tested, they're evaluated. They can't use bad stuff.
Right.
Like, that's a big deal. So, sorry, I get a little fired up. Because it just cracks me up. Because I'm like, you know what? Show me a Shakeology person or a GNC person I see. Here's the best part: Olympians can't go shopping at GNC and Vitamin Shop. They're not sending their stuff out for testing and evaluation. They can't prove quality or sourcing of ingredients because it's all mass retail manufactured shit.
Yep.
So, FYI, I know you just met. I say it how it is, and I don't hold anything back.
I'm perfectly fine with that. I am also the same way.
Yeah. Because the truth will set you free. Don't hold it back, man. And if I was having this conversation with Mike, I would have the same conversation. If that helps you, I'm happy to do that for you too. But
yeah. Well, I want to have a conversation with him and have that "what do you want" conversation.
It's the same thing if you're talking to a person who's considering trying the nutrition. Mm-hmm. It's not about me. It's not about the company. It's what do you want? What do you need? And then let's work together to figure that out. Okay? Yeah. Because here's what I tell people. They're like, oh, well, look at you. I can't be where you're at. So, and I tell I talk to people about ketogenic training outside of Isagenix. I'm like, guys, like, we're just all at a different place on the timeline. Whether we're talking about someone's health, whether we're talking about somebody's business, whether we're talking about somebody's lifestyle, we all start at a different place in the timeline. Mm-hmm. The only difference is, are you aligning yourself with people that are further along in the timeline that can guide you to where they are at now? Mm-hmm. So you might not be there yet, but you can be if you're partnering with the right people and the right team.
Yep.
And if Mike is a business owner, the biggest thing I teach businesses outside of the Isagenix world is like, guys, like, you need to focus on your strengths. And if you're trying to build a truly successful business, eventually there's only so much crap you can do yourself. Yep. You have to trust your team. You have to play to the strengths of your team. This is why you hire managers, leaders, and coaches, right? You can't do everything yourself. And ambassadors, exactly. Yep. Let the ambassadors lead the way on your sales and your marketing and your brand recognition, because that's what an ambassador does.
Yeah.
And then if and when you need to come up on stage, you can come up on stage. But a true leader, people like Tony Robbins and everybody else who does these big, powerful speeches, true leaders don't need to promote themselves. Their team and their followers and their people, they will promote all the praise you need. You just got to be patient and let others shine.
Yep.
And that's why I like about the Ice Body Challenge too. Cause like you take the before and you take the after and it's like, here, let the results shine. I can now shut up and just show you that's why I love that lookbook. I'm like, here, I don't need to say anything. Just look.
Right. Right.
So,
and I mean, I have the advantage of everybody looks at me and goes, oh my gosh, it's half of you. Where did you go?
So you had a transformation yourself.
Yeah, I did. I posted it in the main page recently, just like 2 days ago.
Oh, in our ISACROSSFITTER community?
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah.
Admittedly, I launched that group like, God, I don't even know how long ago it is now.
Yeah. It started to grow a little bit since I joined it like 6 months ago, I think.
Well, we already had over 4,000 people in there.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, when I started that, it was just because I got sick and tired of like, there's all these other little ISA groups. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm sick and tired of people saying that Isagenix and CrossFit don't go together. You know, because there's dairy-based protein in there. I'm like, because you don't understand how the hell whey protein is manufactured. There's a difference. There's a quality difference. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm one of those people, I'm like, well, if you don't want to hear about it and what it can actually do, then I'm not going to waste my time talking to you because.
Actually, so great point. This goes back to any business, any marketing, any ambassadorship. You have to focus on the people who want to be helped.
Yeah.
Stop trying to help everybody. Because you're going to spin your wheels, you're going to burn out, you're going to get frustrated. This is why marketing, for example, exists. You need to identify your target demographic, your target audience. That way you're putting your horsepower where it's needed. And I don't care if we're talking about nutrition or a CrossFit gym, right? Like this is what I'm talking with Rob right now. Like he's probably going to come on as one of my business clients because outside of nutrition, because he's got a great gym. He charges more than anybody else. He's got a great membership and he's got plenty of coaches now. So I was just joking around a few weeks ago. I'm like, well, what do you want next? He's like, well, I'd really like to build like a successful online brand, like a big recognition, because he's never done any marketing to build an online brand. And then he's like, I was like, wait a minute, are you considering maybe launching like your own branded training that you can launch online and attract people from other time zones and stuff like that? He's like, man, I never even thought about that. So I was like, well, yeah, you could do that because you've built the system. You have your coaches, you have your teams, you have your membership base, you have income. And I was like, granted, I was like, you and I still could chat about what you could be doing with another income stream with Isagenix, but I'm not going to talk about that until you're ready. Like I always trickle it in and then I back away. I remind him like, I'm here as a resource. That's all I am. I have tools that can help you accomplish that. It's just up to you when you want to try them out or at least talk about them. I don't push it down his throat, man. It's an income stream.
Yeah, for sure.
If you want it. Not a selling program.
Yeah.
No, I'm not even going to get into the whole stupid pyramid thing.
Yeah.
I was like, listen, I came from the corporate world. That's a true pyramid. Every time you climb up the corporate ladder, there's somebody else's fat ass above your head. It is what it is. I came from there. I can talk to this. That's why I love talking to entrepreneurs. Cause I'm like, bro, I've been there, man.
What do you say to people who say that Isagenix is a pyramid scheme?
My immediate question is, do you know what a pyramid thing is? And most people don't even know how to define it.
No, they don't.
So I was like, then why don't you Google it? Because it's in the IRS code that if a pyramid is ever discovered, you're going to jail. Like it's illegal. So if this was a pyramid, as you call it, then we would have been locked down. We're 15 years old. I was like, and you don't have to do the business. That's my immediate answer. I was like, if we were a true pyramid scheme, then I was like, basically, actually, if you actually trace, because I'm a business guy, if you trace the true definition of a pyramid scheme, you give somebody money with promise of something in return, a growth, right? That's what the whole debacle in the finance world and everything else happened, right? People were giving money, thinking it was being invested and thinking that they were growing retirement plans. But in reality, it was being pilfered. And the guy was basically building mansions and traveling and buying boats. He was living off of fake promises.
Yep.
I was like, you can't do that here because the money you spend, you get product in return.
Yep.
I was like, yeah, if you want to take it back to the word selling, fine. If you put in the effort and you actually speak to people and they like you and they decide to buy it from you, oh darn, you get paid for it. Okay. On my website, I promote a Filipino nut. It's the healthiest nut that I found on the planet. All right. They're called eatpillynuts.com. More magnesium, more healthy fats than anything I've ever seen. I love the freaking nut. I've had the founder on my podcast show.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with Isagenix. I was like, I promote him. He doesn't pay me. I could probably ask him to do that, but I don't. He just sends me free nuts every once in a while. I'm cool with that. And I still buy the nuts too. The point is, I believe in that brand. And I don't mind being an ambassador for free because I love his message. He's a for-purpose business. He's keeping it in the Philippines. He's from Oregon. He gives back to the villagers. He's improving their lives over there by building a business from the Philippines, in the Philippines, and selling the stuff here in the U.S. I love it. It's so pure. So why not speak about that? But I'm not getting paid for that. Isagenix, if I decide to talk to a few people and they want to buy it from me, cool. I'm just a distributor. I'm not a sales rep. All right. I'm your connection. I'm your distributor. You can work through, hey, you don't like me? Go through, Jenny that's on your team. And that's the other thing you can say is listen, Lydia's here. But hey, guess what? I have, 3 other teammates here. Go through anybody. That's the other thing. Make sure everybody's always working together. I don't know how you built your team, but just make sure that nobody's robbing Peter to pay Paul. Always make sure they're always working together. You got to build the team right.
Yeah.
Because
I'm on a team, team on Mussables, which is, what's her name? Romano is the head of it.
Oh yeah, from Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah. I met her last year. We were I was at the university in Jersey and we were hanging out.
Yeah. So it's a pretty strong team. I'm 3 away from her though. So she's, I don't know how it works.
Well, I mean, at this point, is there, I guess, anything else that I can, pardon the term, word vomit on you? I don't know.
I mean, ultimately, I think the most important thing I've got is I need to sit down and just ask him, what do you want? But with our last conversation, he was just like, what do you have to offer? So, I mean,
it's I could offer a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But in the end, it's got to be tailored to what you're comfortable with, because we could go in a phased approach. We could start off soft. Okay. And you tell him, this is what I told my other people. I'm like, guys, I'm not trying to ask you to push your other nutrition out. Right. Yeah. Somebody just might really love that crap from Spark. Fine. Let them have it. Maybe they like the convenience of a liquid energy drink full of other crap. Fine.
Those kill clips are the worst.
Right. I'm like, well, but hey, why not have shots sitting right next to it and just do a market test? Just see who starts buying what. At least we're willing to try it out. Right. Yeah. That's all it is.
And he's tried everything and he said he really liked everything that he tried. And this was probably 4 years ago. I'm like, well, it's gotten even better since then, because I think the sport line has just come in the last few years, hasn't it? The Amped?
The Amped brand. Yeah, that's all new in the past 2 years. The e-shots have been around longer. But the whole, I have the Nox sitting behind me here.
Yeah.
I'm a big advocate for Nox and e-shot. I don't use the entire Amp line, but my fiance, she loves Hydrate. That's it. See, everybody's got their thing, right?
Right.
Make it fit what their goals are and what they like. They don't have to freaking do everything. Trust me, there's a huge, we're a full nutrition line company. I now use Isagenesis. I want to fight aging. So I'm now taking that every day. So why not keep the DNA at the cellular level healthy in my body? So that's one of the more expensive supplements out of everything we have. But I'm game. Let's do it. I'm 40 now. So why not see if I can battle the aging? I'm game. Right.
Totally. All right. Well, I feel confident to have a little bit more to bring to the table when I talk to him. So thank you so much. And if he's interested in maybe talking to you, I might let him know that might be a possibility for him.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, time is money. But in the end, they should have skin in the game. But really, I'm trying to, when I can, get back to my ISACROSSFITTER community, because I love seeing how much it's grown, and I've been a little unplugged because I've just let it go, man. I'm like, hey, man, let the community go. Let the community feed itself. I don't have to sit there and push and prod like I did the first 6 months. Everybody's in there trying to help each other out now. There's too many people in there, actually, maybe. So, but again, we have that support infrastructure. There's a community component. That's why I think it works so well with CrossFit. We're a community. CrossFit's a community. In the end, we're just trying to help people get healthier.
Right.
And if there is that rare percentage, that 1 to 5%, usually closer to 1 to 2% of the people who might need to make a little extra money on the side, it's not going to happen overnight, guys. It's going to take a couple of years to build a legitimate business. I'm not that flash and like, oh, you can make all this money in 6 months. Shut the hell up. You know how rare that is? Come on. You need to be teaching real business practices, building a brand, being consistent. Stop promising the flash in the pan success. I don't like it. If it happens, freaking awesome. That's a bonus, right?
Right.
So Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox on that.
It's totally fine. Totally fine. Well, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for all the
I'm happy
advice.
to. Oh, and so side note, this Zoom system, and I'll delete it, but the Zoom system has recorded this whole thing.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think we should share it to the community? Are you open to that? Because this is a great example of two people from completely different teams just trying to help CrossFitters make it work.
Yeah, sure. That's fine.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll download the video or whatever, and I'll make it a video and stuff.
And maybe people will have advice on how to make it work or something. Or
exactly. That's all I'm trying to do, right?
Yeah.
You and I could step out, and maybe this will generate other conversations in the community.
It would be cool to just kind of set up kind of a, like, here's a starting point for you if you want to make it work in your gym.
Yeah. And this is what I'm trying to do now. Like, if people like you and I are okay with sharing stuff like this, I'd rather share it, because then I don't have to have this call again. And if we do have another call again, then it's something maybe at a different subject. Right. Yeah. And then this is reusable content that our community can then help, future people like yourself. So,
sure.
Because you actually stepped up and had the cojones to, reach out to me and just say, hey, let's talk.
Yeah. I did. I'm just like anybody out there.
Cool. But yeah, definitely keep it pure, set down, and just, keep it about him and the business. And again, you're already an ambassador. Mm-hmm. I love the fact you guys are already at where I wish a lot of CrossFit gyms should be. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a great piece that you guys are doing. So give them kudos on that, because I think more businesses that are not even CrossFit specific need to be doing that. Mm-hmm. All right. You guys love the community. You're the best people to talk about it.
Yep. For sure.
So, all right.
Great. All right. Thanks so much, Scott.
You have a great day. It was awesome hooking up. Take it easy.
For sure. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.